Okay guys, we, as in you and me, we are going to make a hair bow today. Yes, that means Linda has got all of her stuff together and in order, and it's only taken me months. I'm not even joking. Between losing memory cards and camera batteries to glue guns, not being able to find my Stiff and Quick, I got my stuff together and we're gonna make a hair bow. All right, the hair bow that we are going to be making today is a LOVEBUG hair bow. And I found this ribbon in the craft bins that I just happen to be reorganizing at the moment. And I honestly don't know if I have had this ribbon for over 7 years or if I rebought this print. I've still got like a good bit, so I'm thinking that I rebought it at some time. But if you go back way back, which cringe alert, I don't want you to go way back. Anyways, there is a tutorial for a LOVEBUG hair bow, and I thought, you know what, since I found this ribbon, I think we're gonna recreate it. Or maybe not recreate the actual hair bow, but a bow similar, like a 2019 version. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be making, and I cannot remember where I got this. Let's see, it does not say where I got this, but it is this cute little ladybugs, and they got hearts, and it would be perfect for Valentine's Day. All right, so I've got this print, and this is a 7/8 inch ribbon. I've also got some black and red 1.5 inch. Right there, black and red, and I've got the black and red in 7/8 inch. I've got this red with the black dot. This is a Swiss dot, and I was actually hoping that I could find my 7/8 inch, but I couldn't find it, and I did not make my way to Walmart, and you know, I didn't have time to order it, so we're gonna be working with that. And this is a 5/8 inch right here. And I've also got that in 3/8 inch. All right, so got the Swiss dots, and then I've got this cute elastic, and it's got like a little lace. Anyways, we might incorporate that. Of course, I have needle and thread. I have my lighter to heat seal because that's like very important. We've got some Stiff and Quick because I love this stuff, but you can also use hairspray or starch, whatever. And of course, scissors. New scissors. I got new scissors and a new glue gun for the new year. New sharp scissors. And if my family don't quit using my scissors, I'm gonna go bonkers. All right, so let's go ahead and measure out all the ribbon, and I'll try to figure out what we're gonna be doing as far as bow parts. All right, I usually start with the base bow, but today I'm going to be starting with the top, not the actual topper, but the top twisted boutique bow, if that makes sense. It'll make sense in a minute. All right, so for that bow, I'm going to be making a twisted boutique bow. I'm going to be using the red 7/8 inch and the black 7/8 inch, and I'm going to be using 24 inches. But what I did was cut 12 inches of the black and 12 inches of the red. And I'm going to heat seal all 4 ends because that is very important, like I said. Yeah, you don't want your ends to ravel. All right, so like I said, 12 inches of black, 12 inches of red. It's going to make 24 inches when we put it together. Now I am going to be doing this twisted boutique bow in one of my favorite methods as of today. I go back and forth of which is my favorite way to make them. You can freehand it. I've got several tutorials on several different ways that you can do the twisted boutique, but this is the way we're going to do it today. All right, you're going to take both of your pieces and we're going to form circles. We're going to add just a little bit of glue right here on the end. And let me get my glue gun. So I'm going to add just a little bit of glue. You don't need too much. Then you are going to, like I said, form a circle. Just barely put the ends together, just barely overlapping. You don't want them overlapping too much. All right, so there is the black. Now we're going to do the red in the exact same way. I don't know why I put the glue gun over there, but I did. Let me put it over here. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I should have used my fine tip, but live and learn. Alright, and here is the red. Alright, so now I have a black, and now I have a red. And no, there are not holes in my shirt. They're actually these little, you know, because I'm cool. No, I seriously did not know that that I had these until today, but now it looks like there's holes. Alright, let me just do that. Alright, so now we're going to put these two together, and you're going to go and find where you glued right there, those little ends, and I'm going to put a line of glue right there, not too much, not too much. Take your other, and we're going to put it on top of each other, and just make sure they're straight. So they're sealed together, and then you can put them one inside the other, just like that. Alright, now the ends are going to be down, like that, and then you can pull your ribbons apart, see, like that. Alright, now we are going to twist one to the right and one to the left, and it does not matter which color is on top, which color is on bottom. That's your preference. Let me move that. Alright, so like I said, go to the right, go to the left, and you are going to form a twisted boutique bow, and then you can always straighten out your loops. Alright, so like I said, here they are. Take it, twist the first one down, and hold it with your finger. See, I've got two loops, and then take the other one and go the opposite way where they make like an X, one on top of the other, like that. And then we are going to shape them up and make sure they are all even. Alright, so we'll do that again. Take this one, the one on the inside, and twist it, and then take the top and go the opposite way on top. And then you can just take it and line everything up. And of course, I like a really loopy bow, so you can kind of angle your loops and just play with them until they are straight. And I think that's what I'm going for right there. Can't see because of my big old thumb. Alright, and then you're just going to come down the middle and you're going to crease it. Now, I do this free-handed. I do this like the crease with my hand. Now, you can take your needle and thread and do it, but you know what? I've been doing this for 15 years, and this is just how I do it. I'm a creature of habit, and it's just what's easier for me. But, you know, if you want to take your needle and thread and go in and out, you know, and cinch it up, that's totally fine. I use an upholstery thread because it is thicker. And I'm just going to come down the middle, and I'm going to do a 3-fold crease. You don't have to do a 3-fold. I just push from the top and then go from the bottom. And there we go. And now I'm going to cinch it together. I'm going to hold it really tight. And there it is right there. I don't know if you can see it. But anyways, I'm going to just tie it off. And then I'm going to spray this and set it aside. And then we can work on the spikes. If I can get the thread. Alright, so go ahead and tie that off. And then we'll spray it and we'll work on our spikes. We're going to go ahead and spray the bow. And what I did, I just got a piece of aluminum foil. And I put all of my bow parts on this. So this does not get everywhere because it is pretty sticky. But anyways, you want to go ahead and shape up your bow. I kind of like my bottom loops to be a little bit larger than the top. But if you want, you know, that's up to you. Like I said, totally up to you. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just spray it. I'm not going to spray too much because I don't want it too stiff. But let me spray the back first. Yeah, I just don't want it too stiff. Alright. I'm going to go up here and shape it. And if you need to, you know, put your clips in here to get your loops loopy, or, you know, if you want them to stick together, you can do that now. And we're gonna let this dry and work on the next part. Okay, since the twisted boutique bow that we just completed is 4 inches in width, I am going to make my spikes 5 inches in width. And what I did was I took 7/8 inch ribbon, and I'm going to be working with just some red, the black, and that LOVEBUG print. And I clipped each one 5.5 inches wide. Again, 12 pieces, each one measuring 5.5 inches long. And we're going to put them together. We're going to tie them, we're going to trim them, we're going to seal them, and then they should be about 5 inches once we get finished doing all that stuff that we have to do to the spikes. The spikes is probably the most obnoxious part of the bow making process to me. It's just very time consuming because you want to make sure everything is equal in width, you want to make sure everything is lined up, you want to make sure everything is clipped and trimmed. It's just a lot to it. I'm going to be using this little push pin with the little ball on the end to hold my spikes, and it just helps me when I fan them out. All right, so I have 4 pieces of the LOVEBUG, and I have 4 pieces of the black and 4 pieces of the red, and you're just going to put them in the placement that you would like them. I usually do 2 and 2, meaning I'll do 2 black, and then I'll do 2 red, and then I'll do 2 of the LOVEBUG, and then keep in that pattern. But you know, you can do it however you want your bow to look. All right, so what I do is I just take 2 of the spikes and I line them up, and I like to make sure they are good and even, and then I fold them in half and kind of crease right there in the middle, and then I take my little pin and I put it right in the center, and see, now it's going to hold that. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the red, and so on and so forth. So we're going to line them up, and we're going to fold and find the middle, and then we're just going to place them on top. Okay, see, they're all together by the little push pin, and it's just help holding that together. All right, now you're just going to take them and you're going to fan them out, and we're going to get them all even where they look like spikes. Okay, I started fanning all of these spikes out and determined that I'm only going to use 10 because 12 was too much. So I think I'm going to take off these top red ones here and substitute them for the LOVEBUG print. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I like this better. Now I'm going to play with these and get them all even and lined up, and then we are going to trim them, seal them, and put them together. And then we'll spray them with the Stiff and Quick. Now we're going to make a twister topper, and this is going to go on the very top. It's going to go on top of the Twisted Boutique bow. And I've got 14 inches of black and 14 inches of the LOVEBUG print. All right, I'm going to put the black on top of the LOVEBUG. Of course, I'm going to layer it on the back of the LOVEBUG. So press it down on top, and we are going to make the first loop with the black. Then we're going to take the tail and we're going to come up and over and twist it, and that is going to form the twister topper. See, we got the LOVEBUG on top. Such a cute little bow. All right, so now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to trim it up a little, and I'm going to heat seal, and then I'm going to come and I'm going to trim up the tail. I'm going to leave a longer tail, but I am going to trim it just a little bit, just a little bit, like so. All right, and of course you want to heat seal. Okay, and you can spray this bow if you want to, but honestly, I never spray these. They pretty much hold their shape the best out of all the little bows. All right, so there is our topper, and again, you can trim this as much as you want to. I always like to leave a little dangling there. All right, so this is going to go on top of our Twisted Boutique. Now we need to figure out what we're going to use as far as a base bow. I don't know if I want to do a pinwheel or a Twisted Boutique. So let me think. Okay, I have not decided what I want to do as far as the base bow goes, but I did decide to add a surround bow, or at least I think I'm going to add one. I went ahead and made it with some 5/8 inch Swiss dot ribbon, and I'm thinking about adding a small loopy bow to the top. That sounds crazy, but in my head it's really cute. And to make this, all you do, you don't put it on a barrette, of course, because we're going to glue it to the top of the bow, but you can sew your loops to a long piece of felt, or you can use something like, I have these lollipop sticks. They're long, and what you do is you just wrap your loops around something like this instead of a clip, and once you're finished, you can glue a piece of ribbon to the back and it will stay. And you're probably thinking, what? I'm going to leave a link down below to a lady that does some really cute ones. So yeah, check that out. But I'm thinking that I'm going to add this to the top. We'll see. We'll see. I decided on a red pinwheel. This is very simple, just a 4-loop pinwheel, 2 tails, and this is made with 1.5 inch red ribbon. It's going to go on the very bottom, so we're not going to be able to see it, but it is going to help hold all of our bow parts. So now it's time to start layering the bow parts. Okay, I went ahead and put all of my bow parts together, and by that I mean I glued each one and then I sewed each stinking part together. That's a pain, but you don't want your bow shifting and you don't want it coming apart when someone is wearing it. I've got my pinwheel on the bottom where I sewed back here. Then we've got our spikes, the surround bow, the Twisted Boutique, and then in the middle is that twister topper. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to a ribbon wrapped clip, and my favorite for big bows is the French barrette, and this is like the biggest one that they make. It's just what I prefer. It's just easier to put on here, and I like how they sit in Kennedy's hair. All right, so I did remove the clasp, and you do want to wrap a ribbon around your barrette so it's pretty. And then I'm just going to glue it, and then we will secure it again with some more thread. And you know what? This would be a really cute bow by itself, but if you have been around the channel for some time, you know I cannot leave well enough alone, and I like to add a little bit of everything to the bows. I say I like to add the kitchen sink, everything and the kitchen sink. So I'm still going to add my little loops to the top, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put it on the clip first, and then we will add all of the finishing touches, and then we will be done. Okay, it's kind of hard to get a good shot of this bow. As you can see, I did add some more things to the bow. I put these little side bows, the black and red side bows, one on each side. And in the center, I added the sequin button. And the loopy bow is at the top, but I did not put it directly in the center. It is on the side. So yeah, you guys leave me a comment down below. Let me know what theme you would like to see next, and I'll try to get it up. But I will see you guys in the next video.